Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It gives me a great pleasure in welcoming you all to the 22nd MAP convention of the theme Leadership and Governance in Changing Times. I'm humbled to see that all of you have been able to take time out of your busy schedule and joined us today. I'm so ever grateful to Mr. Amir Khan, Chairman, Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, our chief guest and keynote speaker, for squeezing in time for all of us here today, despite his extremely busy engagements. But then who would be more knowledgeable and experienced than a person who is already in the thick of corporate governance in changing times? I'm also grateful to Dr. Shamshad Akhtar for joining us and will be giving a keynote speech. I'm pleased to be joined today by a galaxy of eminent speakers having a rich experience of leadership and governance in changing times, and who are versatile in a variety of fields to touch upon various topics towards which Pakistan needs to focus today. Since its inception in 1964, MAP has dedicated its efforts to achieve a new high in professionalism and facilitate the managers with the best management practices. We have come through a historically long period, now more than 55 years, with a few ups and downs along the way, but always essentially rising. I will not dwell in detail on what MAP has been doing and what have been our latest activities. Suffice to say that besides our usual training programs and in-house trainings from member companies, we are already involved through our strategic alliance with Asian Association of Management Organization, AMO, providing our members with the opportunity to participate in the Asian Management Games and our Young Managers program. We are already in the evaluation process of our upcoming 37th Corporate Excellence Awards, which is won by the best of the companies in Pakistan meeting the stringent but highly transparent assessment criteria set by MAP. Management interviews of the qualifying shortlisted companies are in process. Today's convention takes place when Pakistan is undergoing challenging times in terms of economic growth and stability. We have a star-studded gathering of the best minds of Pakistan here under one roof to probe, explore, and have a discourse on the role of leadership and governance in changing times to help this country to steer back to the path of revival and recovery. Today's COP convention will focus on the critical business and economic forces, the corporate governance framework, evolving future of ESG, change management and thriving in challenging times, partnership between capital and capability, the evolution of sustainable development from CSR to ESG and beyond, nurturing the future of work, issues besides COVID-19, the state of the economy, ethics, the heart of leadership, marketing Pakistan's image abroad, Make in Pakistan, that is transitioning to future skill sets, aligning business strategy with diversity, equity and inclusion, sustainable commodity exchange platform, reinventing banking in the digital age, and a very important session, Young Pakistanis, Startup Stories and Lessons for Pakistan. This convention is simply a modest attempt by MAP as a food for thought for the regulators and the businesses to endeavor to improve the odds of success and help the country to rise above the challenges in our quest for leadership and governance for changing times. Most of us understand that confronting the changing times through leadership and governance is enormously important and our only insurance against irrelevance. Higher inflation, an unprecedented increase in energy prices, and the rupee's depreciation are haunting the industry and consequently the economy. We must learn individually and as organizations, to adapt to these challenging times so that the corporate capacity for change is dramatically increased, meeting the local and global challenges of transparency and regulations. Companies need to have a governance model that better balances the need of shareholders and stakeholders and expand the board's focus on the organization's long-term health rather than short-term returns. Endeavoring to maximize shareholder value only is distracting companies and their leaders from the innovation, strategic renewal, and investment in the future. History has shown that with enlightened management and sensible regulation, companies can play a useful role in helping society adapt to change. But that can only happen if directors and managers have sufficient discretion to take a longer, broader view of the company and its business. The boards must have a greater focus on long-term value creation, more engagement in strategy creation, implementation and governance, and a scope to better balance the needs of shareholders and stakeholders by ensuring their organization has robust environment, social, and governance performance, that is ESG. Companies must work hard to maintain and strengthen their social license to operate by balancing the needs of shareholders and stakeholders and ensuring their organization adds to the community and does no harm. The trend shows that more capital is allocated to responsible companies with higher ESG ratings. Put another way, stronger governance is driving higher returns for investors and attracting capital. The takeout is clear. Companies with higher ESG ratings are, on the average, outperforming their peers and attracting more capital. It is no longer a question of boards trying to balance the needs of shareholders and stakeholders. Governing in the best interest of the corporation, shareholders, and the community is not just the right thing to do, it's the smart business. Today's leadership skill set is about shifting from being the smartest in the room to being the most empathetic. Leaders need to first show up their authentic selves, using their background to lead an organization of many different types of people and experiences. Employees of all generations are looking for authenticity and transparency. Leaders need to create an equitable and inclusive culture that allows employees to emulate those same qualities, including commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. In the end, I would like to convey my special gratitude and appreciation to our valuable partners who have made this event possible, along with MAP Secretariat, ably led by Mr. Salahuddin, and our lead partner, TerraBiz, and Hamza Hashmi, for their hard work, culminating in an excellent gathering of great minds. Thank you, and I hope that today would be a useful day for you, and we'll come out more knowledgeable because of the galaxy of speakers that we have. Thank you very much.